So thank you for joining my webinar this evening, and it's all about how to grow your business. And I'm Julia Blake from Blake Consultants. I've been running my own business now for 7 years, and I help business owners grow their business. So we're going to go on a journey this evening, and we're going to have a good think about this, because in life this is the case, and in our businesses this is also the case. If you want more, then actually there's not really time in the day to do more. So don't do more, do different. Okay, so this is all about trying to find ways of doing things differently within our businesses so that we can spend more time doing the things that we really enjoy and that we want to do, and less time doing the things that we sort of bog us down sometimes. So I enjoy all the spreadsheet stuff, the back office stuff, and that's what I do to help my my clients. I help them put processes in place, but other people out there would rather be out there obviously sharing their services and their products rather than worrying about what's going on behind the scenes. So if we can sort out what's going on behind the scenes, then we free up our headspace and our time to go out there and do things that we enjoy more. So if you want more, don't do more, do different. And that's what tonight is all about getting businesses back on track that perhaps have lost direction. It's about businesses where perhaps you're feeling sort of slightly strangled by the amount of process stuff chasing your tail, all of that stuff. So we're going to look at all of that and try and make sense of it. And the bits and pieces, the tools and techniques that we're going to look at tonight are really valuable for businesses of any size and wherever you are on your own journey with your own business. So whenever we look at doing things differently, sometimes it can be a little bit painful. So I love this image. I'm really proud of this one, actually. I shared this on Facebook and I got 1,200 likes on it, which was phenomenal. Okay, I boosted it, but I was really pleased with that. So it's about, you know, without the grit, without the pain, then we can't come out the other side and have the pearl. So we're going to go on a journey, and there will be things, hopefully the presentation won't be painful, but with our own businesses, and sometimes it's about really sort of going through some pain because we want to come out the other side. So I think of organizations and businesses actually as living entities. And so this is why I love my cog tree logo. On the right hand side, obviously, we have quite a big tree with lots of cogs, and that's what happens when our business becomes more established. There's more influence, there's more processes, there's more systems that we have to have in place working together. But if we go towards the left hand side of the logo, then we can see that we have the tree that's just starting out, the business maybe that's just starting out, and we can start to put 1 or 2 processes and systems in place, and we can build on that. And if we get that right at the beginning, then it will be a lot less painful, if you like, as we move through the lifespan of our business. So I'm going to get you guys just to do something a little bit fun now. I'm just getting a question in. Slides are not moving on, and it's okay. Hopefully now the slides have moved on. That was for Kathy. It may be an issue with broadband. I'm hoping. Is everybody else okay? Can everybody else see my screen? Yeah, excellent, brilliant. So what I'm going to get you to do is just pop over to Twitter, and just this is a bit of a competition actually, because whoever pops up first with the hashtag #GrowMyBusiness live webinar, I am going to give a shout out to that person for the next week so that they can grow their following on Twitter. So guys, pop over to Twitter now. I'm not going to do this all evening, don't worry, but I just thought that this would be a bit of fun, and let's see if anybody is on Twitter, and if anybody can jump on there really quickly and hashtag grow your business live webinar. Now I love Twitter. It's worth saying that at this time there's 316 million users on Twitter a month, which is a huge audience. And I've done a couple of blogs about how to raise your profile and raise awareness of your business on Twitter. And I've recently just gone past the 1,000 followers mark, and I'm really proud of that. It's actually quite a difficult thing to do, and the other reason I love Twitter, I love connecting with people that I find on Twitter that find me, but I've had my highest paying clients have come through Twitter and found me on Twitter. So that is very powerful stuff that we are seeing such use of social media, but Twitter in particular is one of my favorites. Oh, okay, we have the slides not moving, so let's see if it's okay now. This sometimes happens with GoToWebinar. Okay, guys, perhaps you could just let me know now through the question section of the GoToWebinar to see whether the slides are moving for you. I'm showing that everything's okay at my end, so I'm hoping that it is at yours. So give me a nod or an A. And I'm just reading these responses coming in now, so bear with me. Yeah, and I'm getting some tweets in, so that's good. Excellent. Ah, okay. So we do have some problems going on with perhaps the broadband, but let's just carry on going through and see how we get on. So we're going to spend some time this evening looking at the tools and the techniques. Okay, so we are going to look at vision. We're going to look at goals. There's a lot to get through tonight. We're going to look at vision boards. We're going to look at avatars. We're going to look at CRM. This is a bit of a passion of mine. I like to think of CRM as contact relationship management, not the more traditional or typical customer relationship management. I think if we think of CRM as contact relationship management, that means that we actually can capture everybody, so that when we have a business, we can be communicating with our clients, our customers, as well as our suppliers, our networking, even friends and family, we can put onto our CRM, and we can really have a CRM as the glue that connects the whole of the business together. So a bit of a passion of mine, as I said, contact relationship management rather than customer relationship management. And we're also going to look at marketing. We're going to look at email marketing. We're going to look at touch on websites. All of this, of course, is moving towards sales and increasing sales. We're going to look at how pipeline can be seen, and we can keep on top of pipeline. We're going to look at customer financial information, and we're going to look at profit. So what I'm all about is actually trying to increase revenue, reduce costs, and therefore increase overall net profit, as well as the business owner having a much better experience. So we're going to look at the cloud-based software out there that we can all use. Some of it is free. Capsule is a great CRM that I absolutely love. In the middle of the screen, we have the OWL, HootSuite, so we can schedule our social media messages. We have Twitter, Xero, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. Wufoo is a great form maker, as well as surveys, Google Analytics, MailChimp. So how do all of these inexpensive, cost-effective, and often free pieces of software actually sit on top and work with the vision and the goals? Now, it sounds like such a jumble, but we're going to go through this journey tonight, and we're actually going to see how they all connect together. So excellent, getting some more tweets coming in now. Thanks, guys. I think I could just give a shout out to all of you actually over the next week or so, because it's brilliant that you're with me tonight. So thank you, and thank you, Deborah, for yours that's just come in. So we're going to look and connect all of these together, and we're going to end up with this. And we're going to talk through this. We're going to talk through vision, goals, vision boards, apps, moving through CRM, how that feeds into your marketing, how your marketing feeds back to your CRM, how your CRM goes through to your email marketing, your website. We're going to see how Google Analytics help us check and see how our marketing is going and how all that feeds through to the sales, how the pipeline is visible in the CRM, how it feeds through to profit using a system such as Xero, and how that feeds through to the goals. If we get all that in place, then we can start year on year having bigger goals and having bigger profit feed into the goals so that we can work on those goals. So it's a fluid system, and the problem often occurs in businesses where there's a block. It's the same as our own bodies. You know, if there's a block going on or a break, then we have real issues, and that is obviously the case in a business as well. So we're going to first of all look at company vision. There's a lot of stuff out there, and because all of these are such big subjects in their own right, we're going to touch on them and just give an understanding, but we're not going to go into a huge amount of depth of it in any one area. We're going to try and have an explanation of all of the areas that we've already listed. So the company vision is a focus for a company. It's where you want to be, and it's what you want to be. So think big. That's the most important thing. Think big, think massive, think huge. It's future casting, so it's where you want to be in the future. Now, the idea of a vision statement is that it's one sentence. Now, that could be obviously hugely difficult when we have such big aspirations and ambitions for our businesses. So have your vision statement as one sentence, but you can back it up with a vision description to add more detail. So how do you go about creating a vision statement? Well, a vision statement can either be quantitative, so it can be financial, or it can be superlative, so it can be the number one, or it can be descriptive, so it could perhaps be the best. Get buy-in from the whole company, from your business, or from people that are close to you. Ask yourself or ask your colleagues around you, in 5 to 10 years' time, what is the world going to look like, and how is your business going to look in that world? And then you'll start to really create some really descriptive phrases and sentences for how you want to be part of that world. Mine, for example, is that my vision is for business owners to think of Julia Blake Consultants as the person who can help them grow their business. Now, if we have a vision that we buy into, that we totally embrace at the very bottom, in the very core of our business, and everything else can flow from that. So the next thing that flows from the vision statement is the company goals. Now, why do we have goals? So many of you know George Swift. I'm in success groups, and he is a really inspirational character, and he recently went through these percentages. Now, this is quite incredible. If you just create a goal, then you're starting off well, so that's really good, but you only have a 5% chance of actually achieving that goal. If you create a goal and back it up with a plan, then that percentage increases to 50, so massive. However, look at this. If you create a goal, back it up with a plan, and add accountability, then that percentage probability of you, percentage chance of you achieving that goal will go up to a massive 95%. And this is what most people miss. They miss the backing up with a plan, and they miss out the accountability. So you can see that goals can be created at any point in time in the year. They do not need to be created on the 1st of January. They can be thought of and created at any point in time of the year. So how do we go about doing that? Well, we've already seen that we want to back up our goals with a plan and accountability. So follow these steps. Decide on your 12-month goal. And as I said, that does not need to be done in January. It can be done at any point in time in the year. Then work backwards and break it down into quarters. Then break it down into months, and you're then making what feels like quite a adventurous 12-month goal. You're making it much more realistic. Then, when you've broken it down to months, establish what you need to do daily to achieve that. For example, you may want to take on more clients, which may mean actually making some phone calls and trying to connect with people out there. Now, daily, so if you have a goal that you want to contact, say, 20 people within a month and have a positive conversation with them, then you may know from your own business, your own industries, that actually you need to probably contact 80 to get those 20. So you then work out what you need to do daily, and that is obviously having in your diary that you're going to call 5 to 10 people a day. Now that may be a massive step in itself for somebody that's very unsure or nervous about picking up a phone and making contact with somebody at the other end who they haven't been in contact with before. So you may want to do some actual daily perhaps affirmations. You may want to wake up and think of some very positive thoughts about yourself, that you're good at what you do, and that just because somebody doesn't want to talk to you, then the next person that you pick up the phone and call will want to talk to you. So all these positive affirmations that get you through the nervousness of actually picking up that phone to make that call, because making that call will get you the 10 calls, which over the week will get you the 50, and then it will break down into a monthly goal of actually achieving positive conversations or pre-sales conversations with 20 people. So, and then that builds up into the quarter, and then builds up to achieve your 12-month goal. So you can see how something like a positive affirmation or a motivational statement to yourself will help you get over the block of doing something more practical. So it's about taking a step back and thinking about that. So the fifth thing to do that's really important is to schedule the time and find somebody to be accountable to. Now, if you're working by yourself, if you're in a business that you don't have colleagues or staff with you, then find somebody close to you, perhaps a friend or a partner that you can be accountable to, and schedule the time to actually go through how you're getting on with those goals with that person. The sixth step is to have a vision board. Now, vision boards are great tools, and you can have a vision board for personal and business. Perhaps the business part of it is part of an overall personal vision board. Now, when we run our own businesses, then actually the business is an extension of us. So if we're in a good place, if we're in a positive place, then that will ooze out through our businesses. So a vision board is about having some really emotional things that resonate with us as people, and that will help us build our businesses. So a vision board depicts the goals for the next 12 months. So they can be business goals and they can be personal goals as well, backing up the business ones, or perhaps business ones backing up the personal ones. But make sure on your vision board you include experiences. So things you want to enjoy, perhaps a holiday or a weekend away. Perhaps personality themes. Perhaps you know that sometimes you procrastinate or you have difficulty focusing. So have some positive personality themes on there that you want to, that you resonate with and that you want to be more of. So you want to be more deliberate, more focused. Have some inspirational role models, perhaps Branson as a classic one. And have some motivational quotes. So this is where my without the grit there is no pearl. I have that on my vision board. So that gives me the strength to carry on through a day that isn't a great day. You think, well, without the grit there is no pearl. So we're going to get to the end of it and we're going to move through it. So whatever works for you. But the power of the vision board is in the creation of the vision board, and it captures the emotional connections. So it basically keeps you and your subconscious on track and connected to your goals. So the next thing we're going to look at is the avatar or the buyer persona. Now, why do we have an avatar? What is an avatar? Well, an avatar is your ideal client. By knowing who your ideal client is and having an avatar, you know who you're talking to, who your business is talking to. by knowing who you're talking to, you can identify their needs and challenges. So if we're offering a service, then basically we have to identify with our ideal client's needs. We have to then offer them a solution, and then we have to be the person that they come to provide the solution, and then you have a client. So having an avatar enables us to successfully communicate with our ideal clients. So how do we do this? Now, this again is a subject that's so massive, but I have written a white paper about it, and which I'm going to send as a handout to you all. But most importantly, take a step away from your usual workspace. You have to close down your laptops. You have to move away, because you have to just be completely free to think about this. So make a decision, put some time in your diary, step away from your usual workplace, take my step-by-step guide, work through it, and actually it's a really enjoyable process, and it really is a very valuable thing to do. So we're now moving on in true Blue Peter fashion and presuming that we have our avatars. So how do we use our avatars? Well, you name them, and it sounds bizarre, but you actually name your avatar, and that way you can actually sort of imagine them in a room with you, that you're talking to them. Now, when you do that, you write your marketing collateral to a specific person. This stops the scattergun approach that doesn't resonate with anybody. So by actually writing focused marketing collateral messages to a person who you're imagining in the room with you, you're actually starting to resonate with your ideal clients. When you do that, you get that connection. So you won't be all to everybody, but you don't want to do that. You want to have your ideal clients. You want to have targeted marketing, and that's through targeted marketing messages that resonate with your ideal client. So already in the time that we've been on air, online, we have covered loads. So I'm just worth recapping what we've done so far. So we've looked at vision, the importance of a good solid vision statement. We've looked at goals and how they come out of the vision statement and how we can keep on top of the goals. We've looked at a vision board, which enables us to emotionally connect with our goals, and we've looked at the importance of having an avatar. So starting at the bottom here, we're building up. So vision feeds into goals. The vision board sits behind the goals and encourages us to keep on top of the goals, and then that feeds in to the avatar. So if we have a goal to have a turnover of X, then we need to know who our ideal client is, and therefore we need that avatar in our business. So guys, can I just ask, are you happy with the way the slides are moving? Are they moving properly for you now? Or are any of you having any issues? I think we're getting some, yeah, all good, brilliant. Just a few teething problems at the outset. Excellent. Well, not excellent, we had teething problems, but you know what I mean, they've gone now. Anyway, moving swiftly on. So what we're going to look at next is how to use and take our lovely vision, our lovely goals, and our lovely avatar. What do we do with them? Well, most importantly, we're living in this wonderful age. We have all this technology around, so we want to make the most of that technology. And there's loads and loads of cost-effective systems out there. Now, you can't be an expert in everything. This is one of the issues, I'm sure you all agree, with running your own business, that we're all expected to be experts in all of the different disciplines that make up a business, and we can't do that. And you know, we can spend so much time looking at all these different systems out there that are changing all the time, new ones coming onto the market. So what I'm going to show you is a toolbox, and did anybody see my quote that Chris Davis from Rossbrook Accountants, who watched the webinar last week, he advises small businesses. I was really pleased that he was on the webinar with me, but he said that Julia gives a Swiss Army knife of tools and techniques, and it was just a wonderful quote. So I'm offering, I want to let you guys know what systems are out there that will help you do all that we've already discussed, that are cost effective, to save you hours and hours and hours and hours going out and trying to find something that does the trick. So we're going to look at cost effective systems. The cloud, Wonderful for us, means we can access these bits of software from anywhere, from different, mobiles to iPads to laptops, and it's all at our fingertips. And we're going to look at how to make the most of social media, which if used well can be really good, but it can also be a massive time waster, which I'm sure you all know. That. So let's look at social media first of all, and I heard this great expression a couple of weeks ago that it's a trade show on the internet, and if you think of it in that way, then it really helps you sort of get your head around how you need to position your own business on all the different social media platforms. So I keep my personal Facebook page very much separate to my business Facebook page. Twitter is a little bit more difficult to separate. I do put stuff about my lovely border terrier on there, which I think is quite fun. But most of the time it's really important to remember that it's a showcase of us, of our products, our services. So think of it as a trade show on the internet, and basically at any point in time anybody can find us and walk past us and have a look and see what we're doing. And that's a really good way of getting our heads around how we have to have consistent branding, consistent messages, etc. So just another bit of interaction here, just to make sure that you're all not sipping too much wine and you're all still with me. I'm just wondering actually which social media platform you guys find most beneficial to your business. So if you want to just pop an answer into the question box whilst I have a sip of water, because all this talking is making my, I'll cough in a minute, hang on. LinkedIn, coming from Debs, yeah, perfect. Facebook is really good. Yeah, Twitter, I'm with you on Twitter. Yeah, love Twitter. So lots of different ones, well, not lots of different ones, obviously, three main ones, which is really interesting actually, because they're the three main ones that I do really like and that I talk about most of the time. I think LinkedIn for Mike, absolutely, very powerful for you. And actually, I am perfectly aware that I should make more of LinkedIn. I do spend a lot of time on Twitter and I love Twitter. Facebook, I like having a presence on Facebook, but I don't get a huge amount of business from Facebook. I get way more from Twitter, and LinkedIn is somewhere that we should all be as businesses. We should all be on LinkedIn, and it's really interesting, isn't it, to work out how to present ourselves on LinkedIn. And one of the ways of doing that is to make the most of LinkedIn, write articles and share articles. We can use our content from our blogs and put it into the great article writer opportunity on LinkedIn. We can also share updates. So that's great, guys. Thank you. Excellent. So we have this wonderful social media, but it should only be part of our overall marketing strategy. It's really important that we don't spend hours and hours, and actually I'm very guilty of this, and I actually switch my social media off when I when I really need to focus. I find it quite distracting, so I know I'm guilty of that, so I switch off. So, but how can we make the most of it? How can we turn it around and make the most of it rather than it be a time waster, if you like? So we're going to talk about making the most of social media. First of all, it's really important to repurpose your content. Now, we have content on our website, we have content in perhaps a blog that we've written, so it can be repurposed. I like to use the word regurgitated, but I get told off about that. So repurpose, not regurgitate our content. There's many different ways that we can use our content, and it's really important to build up a bank of collateral, a library of collateral that you can draw on. And don't be afraid to bring out the same blog a month or 3 weeks or whatever after that you brought out last time. It's okay to do that. To build up our presence on social media, it's really important to encourage connections. So actually interact with people on Twitter, interact with people on LinkedIn, find people that you resonate with or are interested in and interact with them. Oh, now my screen, oh, interactions. So blogs are great, and perhaps you have somebody that you admire and you could ask them to write a guest blog for you. Perhaps you've been asked to write a guest blog for somebody else. Now, guest blogs are absolutely brilliant. People are very flattered when you're asked to do a guest blog for somebody. I've been asked recently and I was just over the moon about it. The great thing is that you are able to share that blog not only with your own network but with their network. So it's a real mutually beneficial thing to do, and it gives you great content that you're in control of and that you have the final say on. It gives you content that you haven't had to spend time writing, so it's perfect. White papers are another great way of getting yourself out there on social media. So I wrote a white paper on avatars and how to create one. And what I did, I spread it out on social media and I use it as a list building opportunity. I used Woohoo to create a form so that when somebody wanted to download the white paper, they had to just put in their first name, last name and their email address, and then that starts to build up my list. So it's a great way of capturing some email addresses and really building up your list of potential clients or people that you want to send newsletters to, for example. So if you have something that you're particularly passionate about and that you really invest some time in this, but make the most of the white papers. Then you have case studies. People always love to see how you have benefited and added value to your clients. Case studies are a great way of doing this. Testimonials. LinkedIn is great for testimonials. Make sure they're on your website. Make sure you're communicating them and spreading them out through social media. Comments, particularly on LinkedIn and on Twitter, add a comment, give feedback to, nice feedback, always positive feedback, to the person whose tweet you've read, or when you quote that tweet or retweet their tweet, then add a comment and reference the person that wrote the tweet in the first place. Very flattering, and you're building up your presence. Now, by doing this, for example, the Twitter algorithms are picking up on you. The more active you are, you're being picked up, and so you're going to be higher up in your followers' timelines. Okay, so I've written a blog about raising your profile on Twitter, so it's a massive subject in its own right. So do pop over to my website and read that if you're interested in raising your profile on Twitter. But followers, it's not totally a numbers game, but it is important, obviously, to have people following you and increasing that number of followers. Try not to remain static. It's getting more difficult, especially with Facebook business, but boost your posts. Actually, it is quite cheap to boost posts on Facebook, and you can actually create a target audience on your Facebook post, so that I, for example, have motivational business, home business, marketing, social media, and so when somebody is searching on those, almost hashtags, but they're not in Facebook, if you like, then my post will appear. And so you can actually boost a post for as little as £2 a day, and you can set and agree and edit how many days you want to boost that post for. So it's a great way of just getting out there to people on Facebook who you're not already connected with. So we're now going to look at vision and goals and avatars and CRM. As I said, I'm really keen on thinking about CRM, not customer relationship management, which is what it is. When you look it up on Wikipedia, it's what it is for most big companies. If we think of it as contact relationship management, then it becomes much more approachable and much more of a great thing to have in our businesses. And we can capture all of our contacts on there. We can keep on top of our suppliers on there, as well as our clients, our potential clients, networking contacts, friends and family. But everybody can go on there. Think of it as your Filofax, but on a cloud-based system that you can access at any time. So we're going to look at that in a little bit more detail. But a CRM to work for your business really does have to reflect your goals and your avatar, which is why it's important to have the goals and to have the avatar. Otherwise, you can have a system that you could invest time, energy, and money, and it won't do what you want it to do. So it's really important that the CRM is an extension of all of those of goals and avatar and vision. It's the glue that holds a business together. That's how it should be. If it's not, there's something seriously wrong and it is potentially a waste of money. So it's a well-designed bespoke CRM really is the glue that holds a business, regardless of where that business is on this journey, regardless of the size of the business, it's the glue that holds it all together. And if we think of a CRM bringing to life a two-dimensional spreadsheet. So lots of us have our contacts on a spreadsheet, but by having it in a CRM, we're actually turning it into more of a Rubik's Cube, a three-dimensional shape that we can dice and slice in whatever way we want. So we can really start to think of our targeted marketing messages that we've written to our avatar and work out where we want to actually spread those messages, what segment of our data we want to send those messages to. And we do that through having a well-designed CRM that we can actually dice and slice and create lists, and so therefore create a recipient list that we're sending our marketing messages to. By doing that, you've got a much better chance of those marketing messages actually being read. So there's many benefits to a business. It saves time and money. It frees up your headspace, which is so important when you're running your own business, isn't it? It captures tasks. If you have colleagues, then you can assign tasks to other people. You can set up reminders so that you're reminded to do something, so you can free up your headspace. There's tracks, which gives us consistent approach to lead conversion, to client work, deliverables. So by having those consistent processes, we're reducing the cost of sale, because we're reducing the amount of time and energy and we're having to invest and put in to the client work, for example. So by having the consistent processes to convert leads to sales, then we're also reducing cost of sales. By having consistent processes for client deliverables and for events, we are again reducing the cost of sales. We're reducing the time and energy we have to put in to the deliverables that we're sending out to our clients. We also have the whole picture in one place, and I'll show you that as we move through. But have a look at these statistics. I don't know if any of you have seen this before. I've shared it quite recently on social media. I was actually gobsmacked by it, and it's really interesting to see. So have any of you seen this before? Just stick a yay or a nay in the question box, because I think this is really powerful. Okay, a no from Kathy, and a no from Joe. Okay. Ah, yes, from Deborah. Excellent. Okay. Now, it is really important to see this, and just take a few minutes here. I'm going to have another sip of water. But look at that. 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. I'm sorry, but what is the point of doing sales if you don't follow up? It's most bizarre. It's such a high percentage. 25% of salespeople, and if we don't think of salespeople, if we're running our own businesses, then we are a salesperson. We're also the finance person. We're also, the health and safety person. We're everything. So think about ourselves as a business owner as the sales person. So 25% of salespeople make a second contact and then stop. And a lot of us are probably guilty of that. We go, oh yeah, they don't want to hear from us again, so I'm not gonna make contact with them again. And that's understandable, but let's carry on looking at these figures. 12% of salespeople make 3 contacts and stop. 10% only 10% make more than 3 contacts. Let's go down to the bottom. 80% of sales are made on the 5th to 12th contact. 80%. That means that we have to keep sending our messages out to people. It goes back to what I was saying earlier. We have to identify the need of our potential client. We have to offer a solution. Oh, that's strange. something coming up at my printer. Sorry, do apologise. We have to, oh God, now I've completely lost where I was. That's annoying. Sorry, everybody, and annoying laptop. We were talking about sales are made on the 5th to 12th contact. So we have to identify the needs of our clients, potential clients. When we do that, we offer a solution so that when they realize they need that solution, they'll think of us. And that's where we have to keep, not to a silly level, but we have to keep putting our name out there so that when they do realize that they have that need, then they come to us and not to a competitor. So Capsule CRM is my absolute favorite, and I use it myself, and many of my clients have Capsule, and I create a bespoke Capsule that really reflects their businesses so that they are using it, embracing it, engaging it. And one of my clients last week had the best event ever because her marketing was so sleek, because she was using Capsule to push the segment out to MailChimp. So it really does work. It's phenomenal. So you can see it's a nice, clean, simple screen, and this is how it looks. So we have our pretend record, Julia Blake from Blake Consultants. On the left-hand side, we have all of the stuff about who Julia is. In the middle, we have notes and history and what's going on with that person. So that's in a chronological order. Then at the top, we have number of cases, when the last contact was, what the pipeline value is, and Capsule integrates beautifully with the cloud-based accounting system Xero. So we can also see how much money there is in Xero for this client. So you're getting an overall picture in one place. And then on the right-hand side of the screen, we have tasks. So we can see what tasks we've allocated to keep on top and keep connected with this potential client. So Capsule also integrates on a social media level, so you can, it works on the email address, so it's found the email address of Julia Blake, searched social media, it's found Skype and LinkedIn, so they're interactive. You can click on them and you can pop through to their profile, see what's going on. And this just popped up with a clearer view here of how we can see exactly what's going on for any of our records. So we have history, we have files, we can attach files, we have opportunities, so that's potential sales that are going through. Cases is the actual deliverable work that we've got going through, so we've got a pipeline value here of 2,537, and we have the £900 in Xero, which again is interactive. So we could click on that and go through and see what that 900 is made up of. And the tasks, which we touched on earlier, and we can have tasks around pipeline and around client work as well. So very, very powerful here. And the dashboard, you can see, is really simple. It's really nice to use. It's not a complicated CRM, which we simply don't need within our businesses. You know, there are massively complicated CRMs out there, and this Capsule is £9.60 a month per user, and it's perfectly adequate. A typical number of users, you could have one all the way up to actually 100 users, but I see for my clients it's more typical to have a number of users of between 1 and about 15, and that just works perfectly, but it does work for larger teams as well. So we can start to see that we have a graph in front of us popped up in the pink. That's bespoke board, doesn't have to be pink. And what that means is that we can click through there and we can have an overview of what's going on with our pipeline. Now, for a smaller size business, this is really powerful stuff because it's all included in the CRM, but it's really giving us a chance to see what's going on with our business. So in this case here, you can see that nothing is happening from January. Now, if you have a 3-month lead time on your converting leads to sales, you know full well that you really have to start really actively looking for clients and getting your marketing sourced out in October to convert those leads into actual paying clients come January. So you can see that it's giving us the ability to stay on top of what's going on. Not only that, it allows us to put tasks around individual opportunities so that we have a much better chance, much increased probability of actually converting individual leads into actual sales. And it's all at our fingertips. So I absolutely adore and love Capsule, and it's a very big part of my business. So I'm really proud to say that if you sign up through my link, then I actually give an hour's free training on Capsule as a thank you. So we can see that a really good CRM that's reflecting our avatars and our goals gives us these benefits. It gives us a consistent approach, which gives better quality client work. It gives an increased chance of referrals and repeat work, which increases revenue, and it reduces the cost of sales, overall leading to an increase in profit for our businesses. So as you can see, it's a lovely, simple system to use. And we can click through really nicely through to invoices, which takes us through into the integration with Xero, and we can actually see the detail of those invoices. We can create invoices in Capsule. Xero sends them out and it keeps all of the accounting stuff in one place, but we can do all that through Capsule, and we pop through, and this is Xero in front of us, very similar looking, just nice and simple, very clean system, intuitive, nice and easy to use, and it's a very good accounting system. So if you don't have an accounting system in place at the moment and you're on spreadsheets, for example, then Xero is a great step up from that. So Xero is a fantastic cloud-based accounting system. You've probably got the message that I would like it. I use it myself, and many of my clients use it. It enables us to do our finances anywhere using any device. The bank feeds transactions automatically into Xero, so you don't have to manually enter anything, so it saves time and energy. It's cloud-based, there's nothing to install, completely safe, everything's backed up automatically, giving you peace of mind. And it enables you to move from quote to invoice without having to type in an invoice and a quote separately. So it's absolutely brilliant. It saves an enormous amount of time. It also links with the direct debit through Go Cardless. So it's perfect for a support style business model. It's really important to look at our own business models. It's a massive subject area in its own right. Clearly, we're not really going to touch on it, but clearly having a support style business model is very powerful because it gives us that income on a regular basis, and it stops the feast and famine, which a lot of businesses have, perhaps consultancy businesses. So by having something like Go Cardless, and Directly is another piece of software that sits between the two, then we can set up an invoice in Xero that's a recurring invoice, and that will be, if we set it up properly and correctly, then that will be automatically sent out by Xero, and that will be automatically collected by Go Cardless, which means that when we go on holiday or just to save us time on a monthly basis, that we're not having to create invoices, email them out, then chase for payments. It's all done automatically, and more people are moving to direct debit systems such as Go Cardless. It's one of those no grit, no pearl. You do have to invest a little bit of time getting your head around it, but it's jolly well worth it. It really is. It's fantastic. So this is the dashboard of Xero, and you can see what information that gives you. You've got the business bank account top left, and so you can see graphically what's happening with the balances and the overall cash position. And at the bottom, you have more detail about the cash coming in and going out. You have invoices that are owed to you. The red and the blue bars are all, you click through and you can see who owes you what. And you can bespoke this dashboard, so whatever is relevant for your own business. It's very good. The great thing is that you can have your accountant set up as an advisor, and they can just log in and they can run a report and create your profit and loss and your balance sheet very easily. So really good system, which keeps costs down because the investment of time just creating basic things like invoices is reduced, but it also enables your accountant to have access much more easily. So some of the other pieces of software that we've briefly touched on, HootSuite. You can have a free version of HootSuite, and that enables us to schedule our social media messages. So a great, a really good tip here for growing your business and saving yourself time so you can go off and do other things or getting your business back on track is to sit down quietly and calmly, perhaps on a Thursday afternoon, and think about what you want to share on social media the following week, the following month, the month after that even. And you can really schedule your tweets and your social media posts, and you can send get the messaging right and actually start to send out a story encouraging people to obviously come to your website is what you're trying to do, but you can schedule your posts to go out at certain times by using HootSuite. Now if you invest that time, then you don't need the following week to actually go back on social media and start sending out posts and tweets and getting sucked in to the social media stuff that's going on. You can do it all in advance, saves a huge amount of time. And also HootSuite on the free version gives you the ability to actually see what's going on in one place on one screen, what's going on with your social media accounts. So it's really, really powerful. I do really think that's hugely valuable to any businesses. Now, a word of not warning, if you like, but I've got a question come in. Yeah, I'll take that one up, Kathy, afterwards. Oh, hang on. Would you recommend doing different? Yeah, you can do slightly different. Now, Twitter has extended the number of characters, and when you put the other great thing about HootSuite actually is that links can often be very long, but with HootSuite you can put a link into the box and you can shrink that link so that that link takes up less characters in Twitter, so you have more space to write some actual words and content, if you like, in Twitter because the link isn't taking up so much space. So that's another great thing about HootSuite. I think LinkedIn needs to be more professional. I wouldn't advise using HootSuite with Facebook because Facebook recognizes and knows that that post has been submitted by HootSuite, and I think they may argue with this, but personally I see from my own Facebook posts that Facebook keeps those posts down. They don't have the reach that a post directly to Facebook has. Twitter sees no difference. So Twitter, the HootSuite and Twitter work amazingly well together. Now there's a couple of tips I wanted to give here. There's certain times in the day that are better to be on social media platforms, and there's certain times of the week that's better. So the best time to tweet is 3 o'clock on a Wednesday afternoon. This is through various bits of research that's been done, and you'll see all this in my blogs. I rave about all this stuff all the time. But the best time to tweet is 3 o'clock on a Wednesday. The other good times are between 12 and 1, Wednesday as well, but during the week, and between 5 and 6, because lots of people are looking at Twitter during their lunchtimes and on their way home. And the best time to post on LinkedIn is middle of the day on a Tuesday, Wednesday, and a Thursday. And the best time to be on Facebook is after 4 o'clock on a Friday, a Saturday, and a Sunday. So just another tip here for social media: always include an image. Always include an image in with your post. Research shows that you get a 42% more success rate, more hit rate, whatever you want to call it, if you have an image with your post. So be very careful. Obviously, you may have to buy images or use your own, but do put an image in with your post, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. You probably see that yourself, that your eye naturally goes to an image, and that captures your attention. So there's all sorts of blogs out there as well, which I've shared, which is all about different image sizes, different colors, capture people's attention. So all sorts of great stuff out there, which I do share on a regular basis. So do follow me on Twitter and Facebook, and you'll see these things popping up. So that's enough about HootSuite. MailChimp, fantastic, integrates perfectly with Capsule, and it gives us a chance to deliver our emails, our newsletters out in a way that we're adhering to data protection. It's free unless you want to do the autoresponder, but I use the free version. It works perfectly well for me. We can create some really nice professional looking newsletters in MailChimp. We can create our list in Capsule, push the list through to MailChimp, and then we're sending out some really good targeted marketing out to our prospective clients or our clients. It's a really valuable tool. Wufoo, touched on this earlier. It's a great way of capturing information. It integrates also with Capsule, and what you can do is set up surveys, and you can set up forms. You can be very creative and design your own. It looks very professional. So what you do on social media, you send out, check out my white paper. It's going to give you hints and tips on XYZ, and you stick the Wufoo form on there. So because you're spreading the word to the whole universe through social media, you want to capture who is reading your stuff, and Wufoo enables you to do that. So to build up your email list. YouTube, I'm a great fan of YouTube these days. I've always been a fan of it because it's a great resource when you're looking into finding ways of answering business questions. If you have a question about how to do something on your computer, or a question about anything really, you can stick it into YouTube. It's a great business resource. I've recently set up a YouTube channel, and I'll send the links out for that. But for me, it's a great way of I've created a video about something that I found that I was repeating. So if you have anything in your business that you're repeating, perhaps as part of your pre-sales process, then why not create a YouTube video? So you can just do a screen capture. If you're not comfortable being in front of a video camera, you can just have a screen capture and talk through it, and then you can point people in that direction. Also, if people are looking for information on something, so on Capsule, then they may search on YouTube, and then I'll pop up. So again, I'm exposing Blake Consultants and raising the profile of Blake Consultants to an audience that I wasn't before. Now also, you can repurpose beautifully on YouTube. So Facebook Live is a really great thing out there at the moment. I know a number of you have been brave enough to do it, and I've done it. It's really daunting, but it's much better the second and third time than the first time. So I've written a blog about Facebook Live. Do pop over and have a look at some hints and tips on that. But you can save your Facebook Live video and you can put it on to YouTube. So really building up a bank of collateral in YouTube as well. Very powerful. Twitter, here we are. Here's my image and screenshot of the best days and the best times of the day to be tweeting. And Facebook Live I've touched on as well. So Capsule sits in the middle of all of these. HootSuite encourages connections with people that are captured in Capsule. Twitter, again, brings people back to Twitter. Wufoo, the great form builder. MailChimp, perfect way of reaching out to people. Free. Xero, a way of capturing all of your financial information and running all of the financial side of your business. So we've got LinkedIn, very powerful. Lots of you are using LinkedIn. If you're not, do really recommend that you pop over there and do that. Very valuable way of connecting with business at B2B or B2C. And Facebook, powerful, but not my favorite, but don't tell Facebook that. And YouTube, really keen on that at the moment, as we've already looked at and discussed. So now's the time to bring it all together. We've covered so much. So we've started, so we're just going to recap and just bring it all in together. And we started off looking at vision and how important that is to have that base, that real foundation. That feeds into your goals, which are backed up and supported emotionally so that we have that connection with our goals on a day-to-day basis, because that's how you're going to grow, with a vision board. That feeds through to your avatar. By having an avatar, we have a CRM that reflects our business, and Capsule is my CRM of choice. I can't speak highly enough about it. Our avatars feed in to our marketing. We use HootSuite to schedule our marketing messages to really save ourselves time and energy and do our marketing in an efficient, our social media marketing in an efficient way. Twitter, LinkedIn, Woohoo, Facebook and YouTube, very powerful ways of capturing contact information, raising our profile, but feeding we feed the contact information back into Capsule, and Capsule captures that for us. When it's in Capsule, we can then start pushing that out through targeted marketing messages in our email marketing through the free system that is MailChimp. Now, we are then encouraging people to visit our website, which encourages through contact form people to put in their name and address on the contact form, which is captured and kept back in the CRM. So it's all flowing here. And Google Analytics do have it set up free again, so that you can see what the hit rate is on your website, and you can really start to see then if the targeted marketing that you've sent out through Capsule and then through MailChimp is actually having the desired effect of encouraging people to come to your website to purchase, to find out about stuff that you've got going on. So Google Analytics will tell you whether that's working or not. And then we hope from the website that people and from the CRM that it will actually turn into a sale. We keep on top of the pipeline through the CRM, hopefully giving it the best chance possible. When I say hopefully, but giving it the best chance possible of because we're on top of it, of converting that lead into a sale. And we have the whole customer financial picture and history, a whole picture in our CRM, so we know exactly what's going on with invoices and pipeline and the relationship. By doing that, we're reducing the costs down, we're increasing the revenue, and we are increasing our profit, which we are capturing in a time-efficient way through Xero. And all of that is going to feed back in to your goals so that you're getting having the chance year on year, month on month to have bigger goals, because the whole business is building. You've got the direction, it's building and it's growing, and you're reinvesting some of that back into your goals. But it's I'm using our arm movement here, which you guys can't see, but what I'm trying to depict is this whole fluid thing. If we get this right, then all of that information and the client journey is all moving fluidly and in a really cost-effective, time-efficient way. So I get really passionate about this, you can probably tell. I wanted to show you that I believe an organisation is a living entity. If we invest, then we build, we grow. If we have direction, we know what we're growing into, and we can have the systems and processes in place that mean that we can grow in an, I was going to say quickly, but that's wrong. We grow as fast and as well as we can. We give ourselves the best chance of doing that. So if we invest, then it pays dividends. So how do I help? What do? I offer consultancy. I do bespoke consultancy, so I can help with anything that we've talked about today. I offer training, I offer bespoke training, I offer training on existing systems, new systems, or on social media. I offer ongoing support packages. Now the interesting thing about that is that I offer the support for the bits in between the software. You know, Capsule have a great support, MailChimp have a great, not so great because you have to email, anyway, blah, blah, blah. MailChimp I find do take quite a long time to come back to me, which I find really irritating, because if as a business owner, if I have a problem on MailChimp, I want to find the answer there and then. And then we have Xero, great support, but I really support the bits in between. So what is flowing from Capsule to MailChimp? How are we using MailChimp? Are we using MailChimp in an efficient way? Is it reflecting what's going on with Capsule? How can we add another bit of software onto Capsule to make it even better? How is that flowing through to Xero? So that's where I offer the support, and fantastic number of clients on that. I also offer courses, and I have a course starting on Monday, and it's really drilling down into these bits and pieces that we've looked at today. So it's understanding how to grow your business, and it's an hour a week for 6 weeks. It's an interactive webinar, and you will learn how to create a vision statement, a vision board, goals, and you will actually go away with that, and how to create your own avatar. You will go away with that. You will actually take all of this away, and it's going to be a great course, thoroughly interactive, which is why I'm not calling it an online course, because I think my perception of online means that there's not a human on the other end, but this is an interactive course, and it starts on Monday. There's an early bird, so please let me know if you'd like to book on that. It'd be lovely to have you along for the journey. It's going to be a great course. And the support that I was talking about before, there's a welcome meeting, there's monthly dedicated time, there's unlimited email support, there's monthly hints and tips newsletter on social media, Capsule Zero, all sorts of things that really benefit you as a business owner and help you grow your business. And there's 10% discount on my normal hourly rates. And I also offer training webinars and training collateral so that you can refer back to it. Often, if we're not doing something very often, then it's difficult to remember how to do it because we have other pressures. So one of my training videos is how to push lists through from Capsule to MailChimp, for example. So it's a piece of collateral that my support clients have access to as and when they need it. So it's very powerful. So I've been speaking lots, so I really hope that you have enjoyed the webinar. I hope you've had found some nuggets and got some value. That was my hope for the session. If you'd like to discuss any of the issues that you face, or if you'd like any guidance, please do email me. Or if you have any feedback about the webinar, then please do email. Please get in touch, and my email address is on the screen. So does anybody have any questions that they think would be relevant to everybody? I've still got you all with me, so I'm taking that as a good sign. And it's obviously going to take time for people to type in a question, but oh, it's 8:10, so I do get very passionate about this, and I do rabbit on, so I do apologise for running over there. So guys, if you have any questions, please email me. It'll be great to hear from you. Please follow me on social media, and I will send out a copy of the webinar, a recording of it, to you all. So thank you so much for being with me on this Wednesday evening. And I'm going to go off and have a glass of wine now. So thank you again, and take care. Okay, bye.